Okay, Randy, so you have your top 5 bourbons of all time.
I do.
And we have 3 of those from this year right here before us blind. We don't know which one's where, and we're going to rank them up.
I'm scared to death that I'm going to get the order wrong.
If you want to see what happens, stick around. Before we get started into today's episode, everybody, we have to start by thanking our patrons.
Yeah.
You guys are the reason we are here. Your partnership means the world to us. We're trying to make a difference in this world, and you are helping us do that. The names you see on the screen right now are the folks in our top few tiers, but we've got a lot of tiers. And so if you want to find out more about the Patreon program, stick around to the end of the video. We'll tell you all about it.
Yep. So basically, I cashed in points.
Mm-hmm.
You remember the commercials? What would you do for a Klondike bar?
Yeah.
I wouldn't do anything for a Klondike bar, but I do some shady things to get some allocated
To
whiskey.
get a GTS? I don't even want to know what you would do.
So I got a George T Stagg, a Four Roses limited edition, and an E.H. Taylor barrel proof, all from 2025.
Okay.
And we fresh cracked the George T Stagg for our review video of that already.
Mm-hmm.
I fresh cracked the E.H. Taylor barrel proof before we started filming, so that my daughter could blind pour these for us. So we know what the 3 whiskeys are. We don't know what's in which glass.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
And so what I thought we would do is we would taste these up. This is what we call a single blind. For those of you who do clinical trials, we understand that single and double blind means something different in your world. In the whiskey world, double blind means there's something in your glass you don't know what it could be. It could be anything from the universe of spirits. Single blind means I know the list of the things that could have been poured into each glass.
Exactly.
I just don't know what's in each glass.
Exactly.
Okay,
Yep.
So that's where we're at. So that's one disclaimer.
The other one is that taste is subjective, right?
Yeah.
You guys know, if you've watched our channel, this is just our opinion over here on Bourbon Real Talk. We try to give you our feedback on what we think of a particular spirit that we're tasting up, and today is no different. These are going to be how we would rank these 3. You may rank them completely differently, and that's totally cool. That's what's beautiful about whiskey and your palate and God's creations. We all have our own favorites, and this is today just going to be ours.
That's right, and this is more about the experience of tasting the whiskey. We understand that these bottles are all hyped and that they've got secondary pricing, and we know that they can be hard to find. But when we're lucky enough to get these bottles, we want to share that experience with you. And if you stick around to the end, we're probably going to give a little bit of this whiskey away for free. So keep that in mind. So let's talk about why these 3 matter and why they're in my top 5. Right. So George T Stagg represents one of the most powerful and intense bourbons that's made out there. This year went back to hazmat being over 140 proof. Hazmat law says that it can't be put on an airplane because it's just too flammable and dangerous for the craft. And so that's why we call it a hazmat. Four Roses limited edition is all Four Roses is just this beautiful, fruity, floral. Four Roses used to be the #1 bourbon in the United States before Samuel Baughman decided to stop selling it in the U.S. because he wanted his Canadian whiskey to be #1. And this limited edition represents kind of that heritage of what Four Roses could have grown into if they had continued to grow in the United States.
Yep.
And then E.H. Taylor Barrel Proof is an amazing high proof whiskey. It's the same liquid as George T Stagg, just a little lower in age, and so it's got usually a little more fruitiness and floral. There are some years that even people who love both E.H. Taylor and Four Roses limited edition can't tell the difference because they both have that fruity floral profile. And so they all 3 have reputations for just being big hitters on the palate, very diverse as you try to break down the different flavors because they're just so complex.
And all 3 are typically bourbons that people are looking forward to every year for their annual releases.
Yeah.
These are bourbons people have on their list. If it's not on their bucket list because they haven't had it yet, it's definitely on their rebuy list for most people that I know.
Yeah, and we had our daughter, not our daughter.
Wow, that sounds
Lindsay's
really bad.
in the other room. That's what I meant when I said our.
Like a daughter.
Yeah.
But yes.
She poured these for us. So we got 3 identical glasses. The pour heights are about the same. The bottles have been in the room together, so they're the same temperature. So there should be, nothing that would help us to identify it. And the bottles are on the ground, covered up with a blanket in the order that they're poured in. So we'll do the
We'll
reveal
get to that
later.
here in a minute. But guys, this is one of my favorite things to do with whiskey. Now, this is something we recommend that everybody does. If you're a whiskey lover or a bourbon lover and you're on your bourbon journey, one of the best ways to decide what your palate loves is to get some friends together and create blind tastings for each other, because it's a great way to kind of go through a variety of things and tell what you love, what's not really for your palate.
I just smelled the glasses and I know which one George T Stagg is.
It's got a beautiful smell to it too.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I know which one's the GTS too, I think, based on the smell.
Okay. Just for funsies, because
Okay.
we don't know yet, but just
We haven't even tasted anything
We
yet.
haven't tasted anything. We just smelled. Mm-hmm. On the count of 3, I think we should hold up the glass that we think is the George T Stagg.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yep.
Don't look at me. I won't look at you.
All
Ready?
right.
1, 2, 3. Glass 3.
All right, glass 3.
Okay, we both think it's George T Stagg.
Okay, yeah.
All right.
Now,
But
we
ironically-
did smell and taste this up not too long ago.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
ironically,
there is,
the 1 and 2, which one would be the Four Roses, and one would be the E.H. Taylor.
Yeah, the barrel.
There's actually a nose on the note that I'm getting out of these that I wouldn't normally associate it with either, and they both have it this year.
I think I know what you're talking about as far as like a distinct common note on the nose between the two. I don't know what that is though, or how to describe what that similarity is. It's not sweet, like the smell I'm picking up.
Okay, I know which one that one is.
Okay. I haven't had either one of the. I haven't had barrel proof or Four Roses.
And I know which one
edition
that one is.
I haven't had either one of those in a while.
When they're your top 5, you know them. They're like, you just know them.
There's like your
Would it be
children.
hilarious if I was wrong? It'd be
Oh.
so hilarious.
I think I know what they are.
All right.
I think I know what they are.
On the count of 3, hold up the glass that you think is the Four Roses.
Okay.
Don't look at me. Ready?
All right.
1, 2, 3.
Middle.
It is the one on the left, and
Really?
I would bet money on that.
Hang on. Are you sure?
I'm sure.
Then I have not had this batch of E.H. Taylor before then, because it has a component to it that I've never tasted in E.H. Taylor.
Yeah, so Four
Is
Roses.
the E.H. Taylor from this year too, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and this is my first time trying it right now. But it does taste like... So, the way that I identify Four Roses is their smoked cherry. Tastes like smoked cherry pie. The way I identify the E.H. Taylor is the fruity brown sugar note, and the way that I identify the George T Stagg is the sweet pipe tobacco note. And because I
am
have
getting a little more fruitiness on the middle one now.
Yeah.
That is more.
Do you taste any
consistent with-
smoke on the one on the left?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. More of a musty, earthier,
Yeah.
smoky flavor.
It's not like a pipe tobacco smoke. It's more like a cigar smoke to me.
Yeah.
That's just there's not a lot of sweetness to it.
Okay.
It's a little bit of a...
I see where you're coming from now.
All right, so
I would
let's
agree.
do
I
the
would agree.
reveal and hope that I'm wrong because it'd be so hilarious. You want to do the reveal?
Let's see.
Hey, nice hat.
Hey, thanks. Nice lanyard.
Nice rocks glass.
Thanks, man. Nice travel case.
Nice blend topper.
Thank you. Nice candle.
Nice bottle bag.
Thanks, man. That's a nice tumbler.
Nice women's t-shirt.
Oh, thanks. Nice extra schmedium shirt. Get yourself some nice things and get all the compliments that come along with it. Shop bourbonrealtalk.com. I bet you're right. All right, let's see what we got here. They're from left to right.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So we both nailed the GTS.
That's the left.
Fuck no.
You're about to be so.
Oh man!
Yeah, these are.
You almost had to bleep that out. I almost said the full F word.
You almost said the full F word
on that one.
We don't have to bleep out pho, but we have to bleep out the rest of it. But yeah, you nailed it. Those were right. I don't know when I first tasted them, but when you come back to them, that's one thing about bourbon I love is you come back to you get a little more clarifying. But yeah, all three of them. Throw them on my shelf any day, top shelf.
Of course.
They're all great. I can see why they're in your top 5.
Yes. So, what order would you rank these in?
I would rank these. Oh man, typically barrel proof is like way up there for me. Like one of my favorite BTACs. In fact, I think a recent episode in our draft, I drafted it as my BTAC because barrel proof is typically always the height, but I think this year for some reason this edges it out just a little bit for me. So I'd go 94, 95 on this. Definitely ranked number 1. I'm probably going 91 on this, 92, and then like a solid 90 on that.
Okay, I'm gonna diverge. This is 1, 2, and 3 for me. On a 100-point scale, this is 100 out of 100. I've never given a whiskey 100 points before. This is a perfect representation of bourbon for me. I'm going to go probably 96 on this. I think this is lovely. This is perfectly in alignment with my palate. And this one's just a little lower than that, probably like a 95, 94, 95, 94 and a half.
Yep. I had to stay true to my blind tasting because I don't know, maybe this year is just a little bit different for me. Every year I would tell you this would be my ranking 2, 1, 2, 3. But because in the blind, I wasn't sure about these two and they were so close to me, not like in flavor, but like in quality, I felt like this was just a little bit better today. So maybe this year, limited edition is the one for me because typically in the past, this would be down the list for me too. So
yeah,
that's what's the beauty of the blind, folks. Do it. And you got to stand by it.
Yeah.
There's no way to back out of a blind.
There's no way to back out.
And be like, oh, I didn't mean that. Yeah.
I just would like the audience at home to recognize how big of a risk I took by being that kind.
Because this is his number one. I mean, 100 out of 100.
But I went hard. Like I told you were wrong when you picked the wrong one as the Four Roses. Imagine how idiotic I would have looked.
I tried to make you look idiotic for just a split second.
In your
just to keep you humble.
In your defense, there is a gentleman that I'm friends with, and I think it was 2 years ago. I happened to get both of these bottles, and they were way harder to get 2 years ago than they were this year. And he called me and he said, I had the chance to get one of these. And I knew he was a huge Four Roses fan.
Yeah.
And he said, which one should I get? And I said, I said, they're both so amazing. Mm-hmm. I don't feel comfortable telling you which one you should get for your palate. Mm-hmm. And the reason why I didn't feel comfortable is because I was going to tell him to get the E.H. Taylor because that year was really spectacular.
Right.
And I didn't want to tell a Four Roses like Homer, ignore your instincts and get this other bottle. And so I said, here's what I want you to do. Come over, give me 15 minutes notice. I'm going to pour them blind and I'm going to let you pick and then I'll tell you which one you picked.
Yeah.
And he picked one and I said, which one do you think that is? He said, I think that's the Four Roses. Mm-hmm. And I said, you're wrong. It's the H. Taylor. So even Four Roses homers can get these two confused because they are both so fruity and floral. So
out of all of your major distilleries, and I love Brent Elliott, love what he does over there.
I've said it before, I'll say it again. He is a national treasure and must be protected at all costs.
Absolutely, totally agree. Out of all the major distilleries, like your 4 or 5 major distilleries, Four Roses has never been at the top of the list for me. It's just, I don't know. There's just not a lot from that distillery.
You're not a fruity floral guy.
I'm not a fruity
nutty.
floral guy. Yeah, I like nutty sweetness, like not overly sweet, but a higher proof nutty flavor. And so I usually land over here at Buffalo Trace or Knob Creek. And so for this one to edge out this for me in the blind was really impressive, and it speaks a lot to this year's limited edition. And so hats off to Brent. Loved it, absolutely loved it. I mean, for me, you've been doing these with me for a long time. how often do I rank a bourbon in the 90s?
Not very often.
Not very
but,
often.
I mean, these are all they're all world class.
Right.
If these aren't 90, what the heck is?
Right. Yeah.
You know
and
what I mean?
and if it was a double blind and I didn't even know they were, world renowned bourbons, they'd still get that rating from me because they're delicious, they're complex, they've got a lot going on, and so I'm excited to do a giveaway with these things.
Yeah.
I
So
really am.
here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna let you have this experience at home. We're gonna have 5 winners, but you're only getting a half-ounce sample of each because these are impossible to replace. So we're going to do 5 winners, half-ounce sample packs. You're going to get all 3 2025 George T Stagg E.H. Taylor Barrel Proof and 4 Roses limited edition. And tell them what they have to do to enter.
Super easy. There's nothing easier you can do to get world-class bourbon, and that's just to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell. You want to ring the bell because we give away free whiskey stuff, if not always whiskey, on every single episode. And the last thing you need to go is the web form in the description below. It's right next to the all caps word giveaway. Just click that link. You'll just give us your basic contact info so we can run you through our randomizer. We'll select a winner absolutely at random, and we'll get you your samples absolutely free.
Yep.
And there's no cost, no hidden fees, no nothing you have to do. It's that easy. You definitely need to like, subscribe, and ring the bell. We will know if you do those things or not. So if you want to be involved, it's super easy. Just take those simple steps.
Yeah. Tell them how to support the channel.
There's a lot of ways you could support the channel, and they're all, again, pretty easy to do. If you're a whiskey head, you like whiskey content, and you're also a good person who likes to do good things, you might consider a Patreon option because we're all partnered together, us and our patrons, to be a force for good on the interwebs, right? There's a lot of hate, there's a lot of diversity out there, there's a lot of division, and we're not about that. We're about connecting people through this beautiful spirit we love. And so if that's something that's near and dear to your heart, and plus you just like good whiskey content, you might consider supporting the channel in that way. The other thing you could do is go to bourbonrealtalk.com. There's tons of whiskey tchotchkes and gifts and stuff created for whiskey lovers by whiskey lovers. And they're all customizable, all of them. We've got laser printers on site here where you can create customizable whiskey paraphernalia for those whiskey lovers in your life. Also, if you have a whiskey club, you can create custom store front for your...
We'll create a storefront just for your club.
Just for your club, where your guys and girls can go online.
We have a sick revenue share agreement.
They can get their own whiskey stuff and customizable glasses and all that kind of stuff. So that's another way. Last but not least, the people involved in Bourbon Real Talk are all doing what they can to make money outside of this. So all the money that comes in here goes right back into our mission. So Randy here is a real estate agent in Dallas and Houston. So if you want to support him, you can, and you're looking for property or real estate needs in those areas, you can hit him up. I have a nonprofit ministry in the Dominican Republic. So everything that I gather from this platform and from Bourbon Real Talk goes towards that end. Chrissy Lynn is a single mother. She works full time here at Bourbon Real Talk. So we support her as well. So there's tons of things that you're doing that you may not know that you're supporting behind the scenes when you jump on board with what we're doing.
Yeah. There's a lot of reasons why you might support. I mean, this whole thing that we've built, it does a whole lot more than just make. It certainly isn't a profit center for me and Lindsay. And I have a funny story. We did the whole spiel about do you want to support Wes's ministry in the Dominican Republic or do you want to support a single mother? And some sanctimonious fuckface got on the comments and said, if you want to support a single mother, tell her to go back to the father of her child and all of this stuff. And my initial response was, but then I thought better of it, and I said, listen, there's complexity to this situation that you don't understand, and all of that stuff, and that kind of leads us to our mission and our vision, which is we don't know where you're at or how you got there, and we don't care. Okay. Bourbon Real Talk is about bringing people together and providing an opportunity for people to connect with others in a meaningful way, right? Yes, whiskey's great, all of that stuff. It tastes great. These are some of my favorite whiskeys. If you rewind the video while he was talking and I took a sip of George T Stagg, you saw my eyes roll back in the back of my head. That part's good. But the better part is that this becomes a conduit to bring people together and create community and connection. And we're against anything that stops that. And so my idea was I lost my brother to suicide. I saw how he was missing community. I saw how whiskey was bringing people together, and I thought if I start this podcast and I get you connected to whiskey, whiskey will do the rest of the job and get you connected to others. And that's been a successful, trajectory for this mission. It's worked. We saw negativity out there online from people showing hate to strangers. Wes came to me and said, we have to create a place where people who just want to focus on the positive things of whiskey can come and hang out and not have their good time ruined. And so we started Bourbon Real Talk Community. That was very successful. And Bourbon Real Talk Community allowed us to start a 501c3 called livestayproject.org, that's suicide prevention and intervention. And that's been very successful, and we support other charities. So if you have a charity that has any focus at all on suicide prevention, veteran support, any of that stuff, doesn't have to be veteran support, but suicide prevention, if you go to livestayproject.org, we have a form that you can fill out to request a grant, because we're great at raising money, but we need to find good ways to put it to use. And so all that is out there. But we did learn something else from those other haters online, and that was, if they can hate online, we can love online. And that's why we end every episode the same way, and that's this. If you woke up this morning and you're unsure whether or not anyone loved you, just know that we love you. And we'll see you next time on Bourbon Real Talk. Cheers.
Cheers.